All right, let's get right into it. What we're about to cover is a pretty brutal reality check on how the whole financial system is set up to keep you in debt. We're going to tear back the curtain on how it's designed. And look, if you're dealing with debt right now, this could seriously be your way out. Just let that sink in for a second. That's not just for drama. It's the core idea we're going to unpack here. You have to understand, the system makes its money from interest payments. It is literally built to keep you paying them. But the moment you understand the game, that's the first step to actually winning it. So it all boils down to this. The whole game of debt, it's really about two completely different ways of thinking. It's not about how much money you have, it's about how you think about debt. And this one little difference is what separates the broke from the wealthy. Okay, so you've got one camp, the poor mentality. They see credit as a way to buy stuff that just loses value. We call those liabilities. You know, the new car, that vacation, the latest phone. But then you've got the other camp, the rich mentality. They see credit as a tool, a way to buy things that actually make them money. We call those assets. Things like real estate that brings in rent or a business. One path literally leads to a lifetime of payments, the other, a lifetime of profits. And this brings us to a really crucial point. Not all debt is bad. Society kind of teaches us to be scared of all debt, but that's a huge oversimplification. Bad debt, which is what most people have, is for liabilities. But good debt, well, that's the secret of the wealthy. It's when you take out a loan to buy an asset that makes more money than the loan costs. The asset itself pays off the debt, and then it just keeps putting cash in your pocket. Okay, so let's get into the first set of traps. And these aren't about credit cards or specific loans. Not really. They're all in your head. They're the psychological pressures that trick us into making terrible financial moves. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but so much of our bad debt comes from our feelings. It's all rooted in wanting to impress people or just trying to get a quick escape from a life we're not happy with. And you better believe the financial system knows this, and they are masters at playing on those emotions. And here's exactly how it plays out. You're financing a lifestyle to keep up with friends who are probably just as broke as you are. You're swiping a credit card at a club to look rich, when really you're just making the club owner richer. You're taking on massive student loans for a degree that has no real path to a good income. Or, and this is the classic, you're putting a vacation on a credit card to escape a job you can't stand, which only guarantees you'll have to stay at that same job for years just to pay for a few days away. All right, this next trap, man, it's sneaky. It's the whole idea that having debt is, well, normal. We're taught that it's just a phase of life, and that thinking traps us in a cycle of just trying to survive instead of actually trying to thrive. You hear it all the time, right? Oh, everyone has a car payment. Or the trap of just paying the minimum on your credit card bill. That's a mathematical trap, by the way, designed to keep you in debt for decades. And this leads to a survival mindset, where you spend all your energy trying to save $10 on groceries instead of figuring out how to earn an extra 1,000. Okay, so we've talked about the head game. Now let's move on to the habits that actually empty your wallet and dig that debt hole deeper. These are the consumption traps. Our whole world is built around get it now, enjoy it now, post it on social media now, and worry about paying for it, sometime later. Easy credit has basically put our desire for instant satisfaction on steroids, and it's a super fast lane to financial disaster. The old idea of saving up for something, it's practically a lost art. You know what I'm talking about, right? Just because your credit limit can handle the new iPhone doesn't mean you can afford the new iPhone. Or all those little impulse buys that add up, the gadgets you use once, the clothes you wear twice, and the sneakiest one of all, buying something you don't even need just because it's on sale. Seriously, ask yourself, if you get a big discount on something you weren't going to buy anyway, are you really saving money? Okay, this next one, this is what I call the financial time bomb. It's so dangerous because it's so easy to ignore. It's the trap of living without an emergency fund. When you have zero savings, you don't just have no buffer, you have a crisis waiting to happen. And you know how this story goes, right? Life happens. An unexpected medical bill pops up, your car breaks down. With no cash set aside, you have no choice but to whip out the high-interest credit card or get a terrible loan. That one single event can start a downward spiral, pushing you into a hole that gets harder and harder to climb out of every single month. So after all this, the mind games, the spending traps, this whole system that seems rigged, you have to ask, who's the bad guy here? It's easy to point the finger at the banks and the credit card companies, but is credit itself the true villain? And this is where we get to the absolute heart of it, the big reveal. If you can really grasp this one idea, everything can change for you. That's right. For all the traps and all the problems we've talked about, the tool itself, credit, is not the enemy. It's a neutral tool. It's just leverage. It's like a hammer. You can use it to build an amazing house, or you can use it to smash your own thumb. The outcome is all about the person holding it. So if credit isn't the enemy, what is? It's this: a lack of financial education. The real enemy is not knowing how the game is played. The system is designed to take advantage of people who don't understand the rules. It counts on you not knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. So your power isn't in cutting up your credit cards. It's in learning how to use them like the wealthy do. And here's exactly how they do it. It's actually a pretty simple formula. Step 1, they use the bank's money, not their own. Step 2, they take that borrowed money and buy something that makes money, an asset, like a rental property. And step 3, this is the magic part. The income from that asset pays back the loan for them and then starts generating pure profit. They've literally created an income stream out of thin air using someone else's money. So I'll just leave you with this question. I want you to really think about it. Take a hard look at your own life, your own habits. Is the way you're using debt building your prison, one monthly payment at a time? Or are you learning how to use it as a tool to buy back your time and build your freedom? The choice and the power to change it is entirely yours.